Rockin and Racing's streaming video and radio show with your host Joe Walla.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, we got our special segments tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I think we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube.
It's not showing it.
It's not showing it, but that's okay. We're going to get that all worked out here. We're going to try and do this one more time.
NHRA-Phil with the weekly report.
Thank you for that, Joe, filling in.
I'll just, you figure out what's happening.
We got our featured sponsors tonight. There it is.
Sponsored by Bucky's Racing.
Sponsored by Bucky's Racing. We're live on Facebook. There we go. It enabled.
Attention, drag racers, listen up. World Championship racer Bucky Austin, man behind Bucky Austin Racing, can put you in the race car of your dreams. Funny car specialist and more. We do it all. Chassis work, complete engine build, body mount, full dyno work. If you want to go fast, this is the place. Bucky Austin Racing has what it takes to help you be a winner. Just look at the Austin family name, a winner throughout. Contact Bucky today and start winning. Bucky Austin Racing, 6201 South Tacoma Way, Tacoma, Washington, 253-475-5026.
Also, System Joe, thank you so much for being our featured sponsor for tonight on Rockin and Racing. Well, there's the comments. They'll start coming through here. Also, Stith Printing for all your printing and embroidery needs. Check them out online at stithprinting.com. Cascade Automotive Incorporated, Enumclaw, Washington. Run with the leader of the pack, Wolf Pumps, at wolfpumps.com. Joe Walla, the mayor of Rusty's Cool Guitars. Check them out online, rustyscoolguitars.com.
I think I'm going to buy another one.
Buy another one.
I know.
And we're live. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that one.
Hopefully the comments will pop up. Hey, what's happening, everybody? With my buddy Scott Cusimano from NTech Auto and NTech Oil and Nitro Mafia Racing. What's up, my brother?
What's happening? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Good time. Well, I haven't done this in about a year, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while. A lot of things happen.
So, well, we'll have to cover some of that stuff. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. Another fine week here in the fabulous downtown Santa Clarita, as we call it. I don't know if I would call it fabulous, but hey,
fabulous.
It's been an interesting day. I know. I start the day out. I come home and my Lincoln's gone. I'm like, where the hell's my Lincoln? I'm like, okay, they towed it away because I parked it too many days too late.
Oh,
geez, I was just gonna wash the car too. Now it's gonna cost me $500 for a wash. You know how that goes. I don't see our comments normally popping up, so I don't know what happened with them. So I won't be able to interact with some of our pals. So I see them on the Facebook page itself. So welcome aboard, everybody. Hope you had a great week. A couple of quick things. We'll just chit chat before we jump in with Scott here and see what's new with NTech and Nitro Mafia. First of all, we had Larry Fisher scheduled to come on, and a medical emergency happened, and he had to definitely not be able to make the show, so we're going to reschedule for a couple of weeks. But NHRA Museum is having a cool thing happen, and I would call it another Legends of Speed moment. They have Craig Breedlove on the 24th going to talk about his speed records. That would be pretty interesting to go attend at the NHRA Museum. I think it starts at 10 to 1. I don't know, sure, but check out NHRA.com, NHRAmuseum.com to see what's happening there and see what's going on. Happy 150th win to John Force. How about that one, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Couldn't believe that it was going to happen, but you knew, and I was pretty impressed when he was saying, "Hey, Austin Coyle," and all the guys that help him get there. I go, that was nice to hear him say that all those guys were right there with him. So nice. Congratulations to John Force.
Absolutely.
What'd you think of that one?
It was well deserved. He's been around forever.
Yeah, and then a junior got himself a top fuel one, Austin Proc, too.
Yeah.
So in NHRA. So how cool is that?
Yeah, they doubled up.
Nice job for the Force team. Waiting to see what's going to happen next as he keeps going for the season. Who knows where they're going to end up for the points. I don't know if how they stand, but NHRA-Phil might have that, and maybe we'll have to bug him and see where the points stand on that too, and go from there. A couple of things elsewise to catch up with. Anybody out in the local area on the 24th after going to the NHRA Museum, if I'm saying this, we'll be playing out at Jawbone Canyon Store. Believe it or not, we're back after 10 years. The new Joe Walla band will be out there playing, so I got to put a shameless plug in for myself because that's what I do. And I'm trying to figure out. Also, I'm kind of scrambled. I had thoughts in my head when I came in, but now I was like, "Well, where's the car, dude? Dude, where's my car?" So that's how it's been all day for me. So seeing what's happened. Anything new up there with you, Chris?
Not much. We're having an error, though, on these comments for some reason. I had the comments working yesterday, but today they have failed. So maybe we'll have to be watching your phone a little bit on this show until I can figure this one out, and I'll try and get those up
hopefully
there.
You can get them back up and popped up because I see people are chit-chatting. And I understand. I think the 17th is still having the El Segundo car show. They're going to have Shirley Muldowney out there and a few cackle cars as well. So if you're down in El Segundo on Main Street there, check it out. Nice cackle fest and car show. Head on down there on a Saturday. I'm sure it'll be nice to get out of the heat and see what's happening. But Scott, thanks for coming down, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a unbelievable year so far with the Intech oil. We're launching so many different products. We got so many different types of applications that we're doing. We're launching Team Intech. It's catered to the Nostalgia Funny Cars, now Nostalgia Top Fuel, and we're also getting into the NHRA Big Show fuel operations. That's going to be headed over by Scott Gaddy Racing Parts and Equipment out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and right now he's putting together a top fuel car for Foley and Lewis, I believe. And,
right, we had Foley on a couple of weeks back.
Oh,
too.
right on.
That all ties us together again.
Yes, it does. We're going after it. So. With all the new manufacturing that we're able to do, new packaging plant, and plus we moved one of the locations over to Las Vegas Speedway. I love it there.
Yeah, I was going to say, since the last time you guys were down in, what was it? It's Orange County down there. Where were you guys located? Tustin or something?
We're in Downey.
Downey. I knew it was close. It was Tustin and Downey are 5,000 miles apart. L.A. it's still in one little blip.
Oh yeah.
But what got you guys to end up down to go to the Strip? Because this has been a few since we talked. So,
we've always wanted to go to the drag strip, to the Speedway at Las Vegas in particular.
Right.
And
go ahead. I'm just chit chatting.
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm just checking to make sure everybody's alive out there.
Oh, wake everybody up.
Exactly. Sorry, but I cut you off. Go ahead. We
were planning to always move to Vegas, especially at the Speedway. I feel at home right there, and I mean I look across the street. I got the drag strip and NASCAR there, and and plus that's where Lisa's ride is at, the Nitro Mafia Funny Car, and we wanted to get her all situated down there, and we got so many things that we're working on and on this Team Intech. And this year has been a year of a learning curve, sprouting our wings, where to put the marketing dollars, and also roll out our complete line of packaging. I never thought there was so much stuff to learn in packaging. I don't care what you're packaging. This box is better than your box. I just don't understand, but okay. But we'll have a full line of all of your passenger car motor oils, your greases, your industrial lubricants,
Right.
and of course the racing stuff. The racing nitro oils are getting popular right now because of this new. We're rolling out this new Team NTEC. It gives a chance for all the smaller teams to buy, whether it's the full synthetic or the petroleum-based semi-synthetic at a price that is where they can afford.
Right.
So,
and what kind of money do you guys figure it's going to come off of the current values of what?
Well, what I can announce tonight is that our semi-synthetic nitro oils, whether it's alcohol, nitro, or even the monster truck oils, because we're heavily into that monster jam now.
Right.
It's $7.75 a drum.
Nice.
Okay. And then our full synthetic oils, because we're competing out there with other well-known oil companies out there that run in the big show. I will not say their name, but all the nostalgia or big show teams out there could buy drums of full synthetic that was fully tested and approved, because that's what we have with Scott Gaddy. It's actually a Scott Gaddy signature series.
Right.
For $1,380 a drum.
Nice.
So
that'll be pretty competitive with a lot of the other guys out there. And
we're going to try to knock everything out there. And plus with Team NTEC, it comes with, all the discounts from, your assembly lubes, or even into your rigs, for, your diesel oils or rear end lubricants. Actually, we're actually developing a new rear end lubricant for the 10,000, 11,000 horsepower nitro cars out there. And we've been really successful at it. And hopefully we'll get some data in the next few weeks. And that's where we're at. So really excited on everything that we're doing. So it's a big thing, especially for me.
Right.
To have the opportunity and the backing to do what I need to do. I've always wanted to expand NTEC, but I was never in the position to do so. And now I'm able to. So we're going to be rolling out bigger and better. And hopefully soon there might be an announcement that it's going to be a NTEC oil of a series. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully by SEMA, everything will be rolled out.
Right.
As for the packaging is the big deal. I mean, if you want a tanker, I'll put it on your doorstep.
Right.
But it's the packaging side of it, from, your day-to-day business, and it's
right.
It's getting it, and it's getting it where it's properly done, properly labeled, properly packed, and hopefully the shipping companies don't destroy the products. That's been,
that's always an issue, especially when it comes to lubricant.
Oh, absolutely. I've had to ship out some of our 2.5 gallon containers or jugs, and for some, we're heavily involved in the monster truck area.
Right.
And they have called and said, hey, packages are destroyed. Well, kind of knowing what's going to happen, no matter what you do.
Right.
I always send 2 or 3 extra, because it just goes with the territory.
Yeah. And that's a mess when that stuff breaks. And I mean, I'm in a completely different lubricant business, but you see System Joe as one of our companies that we deal with. And stuff like that happens all the time when shipping, no matter what you do on shipping. So,
I mean, you can't avoid it. It's just something that they can, whoever shipping company you're using, they're going to say, oh, we have the best service and it gets there on time. You know what? No.
I watch the guys from FedEx that are supposed to be the best. I watch them literally throwing from one box all the way to the back of the truck.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, really, dude? And it says fragile on it?
Yep.
Well, thanks for looking at that sticker, right?
Oh, absolutely. That sticker don't mean anything, but it just goes with the territory.
So here's a good question for you, since now that you've got NTech on your shoulders and moved to Vegas. How many guys are in the facility that you got there now? It's got to be a huge facility for you guys at NTech.
Well, between the 3 facilities, it's roughly probably about 100,000 square feet.
Right.
And we're going to be adding people as we go.
Right.
It's right now where they have me extremely focused on how I want to run the company, which is pretty cool because I have a vision,
right,
of where I want NTech to be at and where it's going. So hopefully soon we'll get we're going to probably end up with I don't know where we're going to end up of how many people, because it's most of it's automated.
Right.
The packaging plant is automated, and we got tank farms now. We're capable of producing anywhere from 20 to 35,000 35,000 gallons a day.
Wow.
So that's the opportunity that was given to me, and I'm rolling with it.
Awesome. So it's not really had you do much drag racing this year, huh?
Well, no. We kind of put the Nitro Mafia car on hiatus. It's ready to go.
Right.
It's it's been ready, and every now and then I'll crack it off just to hear it. What the hell.
Right.
But it's ready to go. We're actually updating everything. We're putting all new components in there for Lisa.
Right.
And I'll probably drive it once or twice to make sure everything is okay for her.
Right.
And then the ride's hers. Everybody, I get comments of, when's Lisa going to do it? Well, she has her obligation on the way she's doing, transforming her body and,
right,
and going to events for bodybuilding and stuff. And Lisa's like my sister, and I've known the Kubos and forever, and her husband Gary. They're just really good people, so there ain't nothing I won't do for them. And she's going to be a reckoning with to go out there, and it'll be nice to see her maybe whip on some boys and stuff.
Well, yeah, after we talked the first time when we were sitting in the other studio back in the day, we were talking about Wildos and Wallies and all that stuff, and then we know she's got a few Wallies on the wall. I think she said 34, if I remember my math. It was something like that, some crazy.
It's something like that, and she gives me a hard time. I walk into their house, and I'm just like, oh.
She goes like, look, like looking at all these guitars. It's like, look, well, I got these. How about you, pal? I got that old beater in the garage.
Well, she's gonna be a reckon with, guaranteed. And now that the last time we ran the car ran really good, and it's competitive to anything that's out there. But my focus right now is the marketing motorsports of the oil company. And next year, we plan on running all the funny car chaos, and probably a few of, at least the March meet and the hot rod reunion, and doing a lot of match racing. But with this team NTech, we've gotten quite a few people to come aboard.
Right.
We got the great family out of Colorado. You got Keith Jackson and his father.
Les and Jet and Keith. Those guys are awesome.
Oh, they're great. They're great. They're great people.
I love Les and I love Keith. They're
so, and we even picked up of the few people that were kind of hesitant, but we actually just picked up Lyle Greenberg, the Cone Hunter funny car.
We had Lyle on.
Okay, well he just got his first pallet of oil, and his good friend out there has a beautiful Beretta Ray Stringer, and that Chevy powered nitro car, and we also picked up, he's been a family friend for a long time,
right?
And his dad would be so happy that what he's accomplished, and that's John Alleman's sheep herder. And
gotcha. I saw that.
So we picked up some more few altar guys that actually came to the shop in Vegas and says, okay, let's do this. So right now it's the word of mouth right now, but we're going to get into all the trade shows. We're getting into, we'll be getting into SEMA, the PRI show. We probably won't be there this year because we're getting all the booths and everything ready. And then, for me, I mean, we also cater to the first responders. That's extremely important. Going to any of the shows. I mean, I go to a lot of shows, displaying the car for first responders, and it's dear to my heart on all of them. So,
right. Well, that's way cool. I got a lead for you since we're talking about Lyle Greenberg and the guys out in Albuquerque. Maybe get a hold of Jim Costa, who has the Yearwood out there, the speed shop out there. He might be okay. I'm having him on the show next week, so maybe
give me his info.
Jim Costa.
I'll definitely call.
And then my buddy, I went blank, Rob Costa, who owns Albuquerque Track as well. So the Costa family might be somebody might be interested into talking to about getting NTEC over there.
Well, yeah, we're going to really branch out, and not only to the drag racing monster truck, we're also getting into with all the tractor pullers, all the pro mods,
right?
And the industrial business is the most important business as for the company.
True. I mean, if you can get it into all the stores.
But Team NTEC is catered to all the racers. So all the racers out there, give me a call because we're catering to you. So we're guaranteed performance. Since I'm an end user too, so I critique my products all the time.
Right.
So we always want it better, and that was one of the things, especially with Scott Gaddy out of Charlotte, North Carolina, is we made the oil to his specification and to outperform another competitor's oil out there, and it's been working really good, especially with all on the big show stuff. I mean, you got a 120 gallon pump,
right? And that's stuff.
I mean in the oil business, we call nitromethane is just solvent. I mean, it's just a solvent,
right?
So we look at it, how can we protect it better,
right?
And I mean, that's one of the things that we really cater to, and especially on the rear ends, the blower oils. We're coming out with a new blower oil. So we got a whole list of products, that are coming out, that are already out. I haven't had time to put them on the website or announce them, but we've probably had most of the products the last year or two. It just now we're in a position to go watch how it progresses and go nationwide.
Right.
Our plan by the end of next year will be nationwide, and we're going to start hitting hot and heavy into the retail stores. So, and then all the small packaging stuff, that's where the time consuming stuff. I mean, I have people calling me all the time. They want gun oil. Do you have gun oil? Yeah, I got gun oil. Well, can you package it? Well, are you going to do 20,000 bottles?
Yeah, I know.
So
that's
it's easy to sell bulk,
right? But you have to have the demand, and
and then the packaging side is, well, we just can't bottle
50 bottles. Exactly. Don't worry, I know exactly, because we do private label once in a while for somebody, but if you're going to private label, you're going to need a couple of thousand pieces to private label something, not 100 pieces, because it ain't worth it to put the machine and do all that. We already know, but I'm sure it's the same way. And like you said, the packaging and how you put it out. So
yeah, and the artwork. Oh, that's a whole another ball game right there.
Right.
So we're looking pretty good, and we're pretty excited about all the products. But the main thing for tonight is just rolling out Team NTEC. Team NTEC is for all you racers out there, grassroots, big show, nostalgia, it doesn't matter. We're going to cater to you, and especially on whether it's a 70 weights or or 60 weights or
Right.
whatever, is we're going to cater to you. So, I mean, you can't beat the price of what we're doing. So it's something that we're going to make sure that, we have them all over. And one thing that we're doing is most of our trailer is filled up with oil now.
Nice.
So it's going to have a car in it
and a ton of oil.
But it'll be rolling down 80,000 pounds. So
you'll be able to. You're probably going to need a secondary trailer. You're going to be looking like John Force Racing pulling into a track. Well,
that's another thing that we're going to do. We get really involved in the funny car chaos. What we're going to do, we're going to have 2 rigs. One rig is, obviously for the racing. The second rig, we're going to start doing hospitality, and that's going to be catered to the racers and the general public. So
right.
Have a shindig and have some barbecue, use some John Hale barbecue sauce.
There you go. Cause he's all over funny car chaos.
Absolutely. And he's such a good guy. So that's where we're at the moment.
Well, this should be pretty interesting. I know that you guys have done some stuff with Porsche, making Porsche, what was it? Connecting rods or the rods?
Yeah. We've always, since 1986, we've always made the Porsche billet cylinder heads for air-cooled motors. Right. And when we made the move to Las Vegas, what we did is put the manufacturing on hold until everything's really set up the way we want in Las Vegas. And also, we started making billet connecting rods.
Right.
So we're going to revisit that soon, but I think
NTEC's number one.
But NTEC's number one right now. All the other stuff. I mean, this is where what's cool. This is where Lisa Kubo and Gary Kubo come in. They're gonna run the motorsports engine business.
Right.
Okay. So because I still what people don't know about me is I do fuel management tuning on pro stock bikes and stuff like that.
Right.
So I've done that all my life, and I kind of just only did certain people. I've gotten a chance to work for Larry Morgan.
Right.
So I've done his stuff. So, I'm out there. I just don't boost about it because I'm all about winning. So if they want to talk about me, that's great. But, usually the contract says I can't say anything. You know how contracts go. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So it's one of those things that, in fact, I just got called yesterday about doing another pro stock bike. He's in the top 10 right now. And we'll see. They told me I'm supposed to be testing, maybe tuning next week. And because the bikes are not at Brainerd, they go directly to, Indy.
Wow.
And so I might be testing the pro stock bikes next weekend, but we'll see. So I got to schedule everything. But right now, it's all about NTEC oil. Team NTEC for all you racers out there. And you don't have to run a nitro or alcohol car. It doesn't matter. It's all the grassroots racing we're going to be catering to. And we will have a lot more distributors out there. And hopefully within the next year or so, we'll have it at your local auto parts.
That would be pretty awesome. That's good to hear that NTEC's going to blow up across the country.
We're
or the world.
Yeah. Well, we plan on going worldwide with it. But we got to crawl before we walk.
That's true. Always true.
And right now, I mean, there's so many other things that we're doing in the industrial. I mean, we in the industrial side of it, we're in the mining business now. We're doing fracking. We're doing all the stuff that I never really talked about because that was just the industrial. Because I come from racing.
Well, now it's a Rockin' and Racing, but now it's a focus on NTEC tonight. Mostly the beginning of the show. So I figured this is a good opportunity to push out what you're doing with NTEC, what's involved, what people won't know after tonight, because they're never going to ask, well, I didn't know you did this or that.
Oh,
because all they're going to want is the product now. And that's one of the things. But now you guys out there and low, what's a good place to get in touch with you now? If somebody wants to get in touch and wants to get NTEC oil into their vehicles now, all racers out there, how do they contact?
They could contact me at 702-462-9296 or www.intechoil.com. We're going to be having, we'll be having coupons. We're going to be having specials for everybody that's out there. Like I say, Team Intech is all about the racers,
right?
And from the gassers all the way to the nitro guys. So it's I'm pretty happy of the way everything's going. We're still working on our website,
right?
I got too many things going. It's just like right now, you see white bottles there, right?
Yeah, but they'll be black, I'm sure, or something, or red.
They're going to be gray.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, I go to actually board meetings every Tuesday
to figure out what packaging will look like.
And we're going to have different color caps on the gray bottles that signify this or that. And I'm learning all that. So, bear with me. But it's, what's really nice about this whole thing is I get to concentrate on the oil side of it. Don Bobby still,
I was going to ask about Don Bobby.
Well, Don Bobby,
we pinned that.
He still tinkers on the car. He's still there, and he's always going to be there. And he's trying to get everything ready for Lisa. And Lisa's going to be. She's a hell of an asset. Oh, something else I can announce tonight is we're going to have a Lisa Kubo series oil for the Honda people.
Wow.
And Chrysler. Okay, because she's in Chrysler now too.
Wow.
So that's something. And guess what color the oil is going to be?
Pink.
Absolutely.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
I was going to wear the Lisa, Consigliere shirt, but I go, well, Scott's in, so we're going to wear the Scott shirt tonight, the Godfather.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Where's Don Bobby?
Yeah, we got to get him the call. He's ready to call anytime.
I know. We should see if he's going to give us a buzz later on tonight, because we'll open the lines and take some questions, because like I said to everybody, unfortunately Larry Fisher had some medical emergency he had to take care of tonight for the NHRA museum. He was going to chat about Craig Breedlove and what's coming up at the NHRA, so he'll be on in a couple of weeks. I'm going to reschedule him, just so you guys know, if you were waiting to get a hold to hear what Larry had to say tonight. It's just me, Scott, and Lisa will be calling in just a little bit. I'm going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to do the NHRA-Phil report right now and see what's happening, which we already discussed, but run it, Chris.
Hey, Rockin' Racing fans, this is NHRA-Phil checking in with the Western Swing Final Race. In Top Fuel, we have Team JFR Austin Prock. And in Funny Car, again, we have John Force with his 150th career NHRA win. He closes out the Western Swing. Also, Austin Prock, it's his first career win at a national event. And in Pro Stock, we have Matt Hartford. And for all the other results, you can check with my NHRA-Phil Radio Buzz page, because there's many other results, but too many to list. I will check in again next week. We have 1 week off, and then we start with Brainerd, Minnesota, and the zoo. So I will check in again next week at 6:30 p.m. And that's it. NHRA-Phil Weekly Report signing out. Joe, Chris, let's have a great show. You guys rock. NHRA-Phil. Checking out. See you guys later.
We got to probably see, Phil, we should get you to start posting up the points now, because it's end of season, and it would be pretty interesting to see how the points chase is going to start running out. Who's going to finish high up in the ladder? You've been following some of the big show, right?
Oh yeah, I still do.
And I noticed that the fields seem to get smaller, and we keep chatting about that on and off over every show, and it's just kind of sad to see like the top fuel cars are only getting 15.
The cost of running, if nobody's ever ran one of them, and
it's in the millions.
It's to run a big show car, it's I'm going to say it's from $2.5 to $3 million a year per car.
I think more now.
And it's probably more. So, sometimes you got the politics into it. Everybody's want to go from 1,000 to a 13, a regular quarter mile.
Right.
But to slow these cars down, I mean, they got to make a drastic change. Whether it's fuel pump or they take. I mean, they got over 120 gallon pump.
It's flying.
Oh, your shower don't even come close to that full blast.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so, comparing a Big Show Top Fuel operation pump, I mean, you got a 120 gallon pump. The Nostalgia guys, we run a 21 gallon pump, and the Nostalgia Top Fuel is 19 gallon pump that we have to have, certified, for NHRA to run the NHRA deal.
Right.
But the Funny Car Chaos is run what you brung. It's pretty cool seeing all the different types of cars and what Chris Graves has done with Funny Car Chaos. And it's nice. I mean, you got an A field, a B field. My first race that I went to go check everything out was Amarillo, and I'm here to tell you, it was very eye opening. It's everything I thought it would be, and even spectators, even though they don't have the bleachers. But
right.
it remind me of the 60s of just
they're all standing at the
gate, and not only that, is car after car after car. It almost looked like a drive-in theater.
That's what I kind of get the vibe from. And I was thinking about going to Denton, but I don't know if I'll have time to go to Denton.
Well, I'm supposed to go to Martin, Michigan, and Denton. We were hoping to bring the Intech trailer and everything to Martin, Michigan. But it looks like we're going to probably not do that. And but I may have to go there anyway, just to bring oil to some of these teams. But if I could run the last race of the year, just for giggles,
right.
I would love to run Denton. I mean, these guys are running so good, and it's nice that you're not really tearing up the parts like on the quarter mile stuff, running 8th mile, but I mean, just the people out there. The people are so nice,
right?
And I really appreciate what Chris Graves has and his wife has done with Funny Car Chaos. You have sometimes you have 30 cars,
awesome.
for a field and a B field. They got the top 8, and it's just it's just a fun vibe. If you ever get a chance to go to Funny Car Chaos, it's awesome, and they treat you well, and you got good people out there. And it was fun to see my buddy John Hale out there and get some of his barbecue sauce.
So, oh yeah.
And people like that, they're good people.
Right.
And lots of fun racing.
I think it's going to be cool. I told Chris and I told John I got to get out there too. So maybe I might hitch a ride on a trailer with you and
absolutely
drive on out to meet you in Vegas and take the ride out to Denton.
Yeah. Hop in that truck. I'm just shifting gears.
That's all right. That's all right. I might have to hit you up. Say, here's a new career over here.
Well, we're expanding. There's no question about that. So, but the Funny Car Chaos to me is the best racing, grassroots racing that's out there, and what they have achieved. I'm always an NHRA guy.
Right.
Okay. But, to compare what they do and the spectators that they get is phenomenal.
I hear that with the Street Outlaw guys too. I'm like, dude, I'm missing out on this because I had some of the Street Outlaw kids on a couple of times, and it's pretty interesting that these guys are just breaking, basically a street legal pro mod to go racing, and the money that they're making is hand over foot. And I'm like, wow.
Oh, it's big business out there.
We're missing out somewhere.
Well, especially with me and my dad, we've always said that we need to get away from, the limelight of, say, NHRA.
Right.
Okay. There's no question about that. You go to any of these, tracks in Texas, South Georgia Park, or any of the stuff that I go to, and for the outlaw stuff, the street outlaw stuff, it is amazing. And just the t-shirt sales alone will stagger you.
Well, that's what pays the bills nowadays, is T-shirts. If you got a cool shirt.
And even Funny Car Chaos. I mean, you go out there, you'll sell out. You will sell out.
Well, I know my buddy Randy out there. He does the Funny Car Chaos shirts. Randy Ranu from the Redline shirts, and yes. I know also that Stith does a bunch for him too, and Stith still has killer shirts. So just a few of the guys I know off the top that we've been friends with, and love to see them guys do better as well. Just like we see you guys are going to crank up. And
well, one of the things that when we officially get into Funny Car Chaos is one of the things that we're going to do for the racing side of it is we're going to do long smoky burnouts.
Right.
Okay. Like I told Lisa, okay, watch and learn. Okay. So I'm going to, I
go an 8th mile.
Oh yeah. I'm doing an 8th mile. I'm backing up and I'm doing a dry hop.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
They don't do it no more.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be fun. And another thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to have T-shirt launchers.
Right.
And so we're going to cater to all the kids. We're going to have, goodie bags and, just really cater to the family vibe,
Awesome. There's so many cats out there that I'm thinking of where you could place NTech. I'm not even thinking about anything else but where you could put NTech right now. I'm sure my buddy Greg up there in the South and Bucky would probably love to check out the NTech as well.
Well, I mean, that's another avenue that we might take, but right now we're going to focus on next year, and not including all the match races. We've been invited to so many different match races,
right?
And I tell everybody, hold on, because face it, Nitro Mafia is very popular. Okay, the Funny Car is very popular. Lisa's going to be very popular, and she's already popular,
right?
Okay. We have opportunities to do a lot of match racing. One of the areas that we will probably do a lot of match racing is with Keith Jackson,
right?
Piggytail on something like that. I don't care where the truck and trailer goes. If it goes, the Florida or Eastern Seaboard, it doesn't matter to me. It's all about, obviously selling oil, but having fun at the same time.
Right.
And I want to make it fun. Especially for my dad, God bless him, he's still ornery. Go figure.
Well, geez, Italian, forget about it. You're going to be ornery till you're gone.
Oh, I
He'll
know.
be ornery after. He'll be coming to kick your ass when you're on the sleep one night.
Yeah.
Hey, get up, Scotty. We got work to do.
Absolutely.
Don Bobby's here.
you know what? One of the cool things, even though I'm, handing the driving duties over to Lisa, like I tell everybody, if people ask me, how is it racing with your dad? It's challenging at sometimes, but here's the thing. He's the first person I see when he fires up the car.
And the last person
you see.
Exactly.
So if, God forbid something happens, I'm okay. So that's one of the things that if you ever watch him on the starting line and just before he pulls me in, he'll do 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. That tells me everything. That means think safe. Right. So there's always another day. So instead of trying to be a hero and, do all that stuff, I'm not into it. I know what our car, how fast and how quick the car has. A lot of people don't because we've never done real well, especially at Bakersfield. I'll be honest with you. We've blown up a lot of crap. Okay. But since then we have fixed all of our problems. The car hauls ass and it's very competitive. I could tell you right now, to Bucky, it's extremely competitive,
right?
But I'm not going to boost on, Bucky has a great driver, a Bobby Cantrell.
Right.
Okay. They're doing really well. And hats off to them. And I hope they win every event.
Right.
But I'm here to sell oil.
Exactly.
And it's just like, we I don't know if people know, we do have a big show Top Fuel car. And that's going to be going back to Scott Gaddy. And there's talks about having a 2-car team back there.
Right.
But we're only using it as advertisement. So just like you're mentioning on low car counts, well, that's what the car is going to be for.
Right.
And, licensing and stuff like that. And like I told Gaddy this is your baby and, don't blow it up, So, we're not trying out to rotate the earth.
Right. Well, hopefully it'll be a successful run for you, and I'm sure it will. I mean, NTEC's gonna I already feel that. I got the vibe in the air.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, that's why I was telling you I couldn't wait to launch Team NTEC. I mean, that's the main thing. We have so many things going on.
Right.
I mean, not only the racing and the motor oils and everything else, we're actually into the machine oils. The machine oils are big to us too.
Right.
So all the machine shops, we have you all covered. I have some big people that switched over to our machine oils. And what the great thing is the chemistry behind it. That designed it, I surely didn't design. I don't know nothing about machine oils, but I'm just, I'll sell it.
Right.
But one thing that we have is we have a long history with the chemists and the chemistry that puts everything together, and it's phenomenal. And being myself, a machinist myself,
right.
I mean, I see it night and day. So one of the there's a few companies that we're working with. I got another company that was supposed to be here with me in studio, but they had some machine problems, and that's CHE Precision.
Gotcha.
And you guys that don't know anything about CHE Precision, that's who manufactures for, Brad Anderson, the guide seats and titanium retainers. So Alan Johnson, just to name a few, and plus, a lot of the NASCAR area and pro stock stuff. So I'm getting them to stop advertising in magazines.
Nice.
And got to be on Joe Walla.
Well, God
Rockin'
willing, I'd love to have you guys back on board. I mean, I'd love to see NTEC on and Nitro Mafia and then your new guys.
And that's another thing. We're coming on board now.
Oh, there you go, Chris. You heard it first tonight from Mr. Scott Cusimano.
Yeah, coming on board with NTEC oil and every now and then blips on the Nitro Mafia funny color with Lisa Kubo. So
we'll figure out how to run all the ads for you, and then we'll go from there. Like we were chatting. I remember, I don't know when Lisa was going to call in, so we're just gonna, if she's out there and listening, you can give us a buzz in. I think you have the number. If not, what I'm going to do right now, real quick.
Says that she's trying to call.
She's trying to call in. Chris, check the line because it's not. We might have went straight to voicemail.
Lisa, are you there? Oh, did she hang up? Oh.
She's been trying to call for a few.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Yeah, we're having all kinds of issues tonight. Let me see if I can get that phone working.
That's not good news.
No.
That's not good. Let's see. We had this issue last week, I think, too. So I got to find out what's going on, why our phones are not working well. 1-661-249.
Well, let's cut to a break. We got a commercial break coming up. We'll jump to that, see if we can fix this.
Once you run,
because she keeps calling and I got nothing, and it's looking like we got to shut it all down to get it all back to work. But
run Deb's Track Talk. Run Deb's Track Talk.
All right, we'll be right back.
As we enter the dog days of August, there's an awful lot going on in the drag strip. When worlds collide in Bonne Terre, Missouri this weekend, and Northern Nationals also this weekend in Martin, Michigan, US 131. There's nitro flowing up there, that's for sure. And the following weekend in Joliet at Route 66, if you want to see some nostalgia racing, this is the race to go to. Poodle skirts, sock hops, pinup girls, and of course nostalgia drag racing. And that same weekend at Eddyville Raceway Park, it is the World Fuel Alter Nationals. And what better way to wind up the month of August with the World Series of Drag Racing at Cordova International Raceway. Shirley Muldowney, Big Daddy Don Garland, Larry Dixon, Dale Creasy Jr., and Jack Wyatt. And don't forget to stop by and say hello to Arnie the Farmer Beswick, who's suffered a devastating fire in his hay barn this past weekend. No injuries, no cars were lost. Arnie was actually on the road, but some farm equipment and the barn is a total loss. Get out there, support your local drag strip.
Right on, Deb. Thanks a million. So we got Lisa on.
Dude.
All right.
No, you got.
Sorry
Don
about
Bobby
that.
on.
Hey, Don Bobby's on. Forget about it. How are you, boss?
I forget about it. Hey, brother.
You forget about it. Oh, cool. We were trying to get Lisa connected. Hey. So, Lisa, if you're listening, I better text her and tell her a couple of minutes just in case. We got the lines back up and running. So good to hear from you. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Hanging in there. Working on the toy.
Well, that's good. Let me see if I can get Lisa. Give me a couple of minutes. Hang on one sec. Give me 10 minutes, Lisa, if you get this message.
She gets in to block me off.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see what's happening. So what's doing? I understand now you guys are just got the whole new thing. You guys should be pretty excited with NTech blowing up now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You sounded enthusiastic. Forget about it.
Oh, man. You know, there's so much to do just to make a freaking box.
I know. That's what Scott was saying. I know. And you got to pick the right colors that somebody's going to be appealed with, for the public.
Well, he's got to pick up the colors. I'm colorblind.
Everything should be Ferrari red. Forget about it. I was going to say, I got into this Formula One stuff recently, man. I've been a big fan of Formula One the last few 6-7 months. I'm like, dude, I got to go watch that. That would be a great place for Entake to be, too.
It's kind of, there's a little funny story about F1. And one of the guys that I raced with in the American Le Mans series back in the 99 and 2000.
Right.
He is now the president of F1 McLaren.
Nice.
And that's Zach Brown.
Nice.
And we raced our GTS Turbo all over the country. And he was one of the drivers. When I heard that he was involved with McLaren, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then a friend of mine called me. He says, hey, you're never going to believe this, but he is
the Prez.
And I'm like, get out of here.
I saw him on that F1 Drive to Survive show, and I go, wow, you relieved the other guy by phone call and took it over.
Oh, yeah. I remember Zach Attack. He had his go-kart and then his marketing. I mean, that's one thing that I remember about him. He's one hell of a marketing person. So he owned the company called Just Marketing, and we ran the American Le Mans series. And but the great thing back, of course, we had Cusimano's Porsche turbo engines in that, of course.
Right.
We end up being number 2 in the world. So that was an accomplishment for me and my dad. So, I mean,
nice.
So we've come a long way, but when you're talking about F1 and you sent me that message, I was like, I'll wait till the show.
Ah, cool. Well, I knew that you guys, I didn't know about Zach though, but you guys, both of you guys, having a history with just working with Porsche, I was a big Porsche fan of the Golfs, the 917s, and I'm sure Don Bobby drove one back in the day. Go ahead, he's gonna say no.
No, yeah, you probably say no. I mean, here's a funny little story. Back in the heydays of the air cooled in the 90s, the mid to late 90s, we built a lot of Porsche racing engines.
Right.
And none of them were here in the United States. They all went to Germany.
Right.
And Belgium. And I worked for a race team in Belgium, and supplying the engines, doing all the fuel management. And one day I was like, okay. The team owner says, "Hey, Scott," with the interpreter, because they either speak Deutsch or Flemish, one of the two.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't understand anything, but anyhow, so we're at the at Zoller Raceway. You know, that's the famous F1 track. And,
right.
Okay. Well, so I'm watching the cars go. I mean, we supplied 9 engines for 9 cars. Okay.
Right.
It was a big team. I mean, it was like the Penske of Europe.
Right.
And so the team owner says, we think you should go out in the car. I was like, oh, cool. I get to drive. That's awesome. You know, no, the guy comes in. Next thing I know, they put a spare seat, and I'm just like, no. I ain't doing this. And the chief engineer says, no, he's only going to drive 70%. I'm just like, okay. All right. So I get in the car. And I'm all strapped in, and we're going around. We made about 5 laps in this thing. And the next thing I know, I see the whole team on the front straightaway, and they're pointing at the car, and they're laughing. And I'm just like, oh no, this is not good. So anyhow, he drops the hammer. I'm like, oh, no. And so, he's picking up the speed. And next thing he's driving, most European drivers drive over 100%. They're about 105%,
right,
as they call it, or 110%. Well, he's on peg at 110%. So I'm just like, okay, when's this e-ticket ride going to end? So anyhow, we're going down the backstretch, and it's one of those situations where you can see an accident's going to happen. So he decides to split 2 cars. Okay. He's splitting 2 cars. And the next thing I know, when he split the 2 cars, my mirror on my side comes in. Right. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can say on this air, but something's going to happen in my pants. So he splits them, and he's hitting the apex. He's hitting the apex of the turn, and he's pointing at me to push the mirror. Well, I was giving the American salute to right back to
the whole
the
whole bouquet.
Yeah, absolutely, all 5 of them. And so anyhow, we get back to the paddock. Right, I call my dad, and I go, I tell him the situation, what happened. So, I mean, this is a true story. You know what my dad tells me?
Suck it up.
No, he says lose the helmet.
That's what I would have figured, right, Bobby?
That's right.
About it. Suck it up, tough guy. Oh, you want to laugh because we're talking about this. I just recently we played a thing out at Fontana at the exotic car racing thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving McLarens. I'm driving all these. First thing I do is get into a freaking Ferrari, right, with the paddle shifters.
Yeah.
I have no clue about paddle shifters. I'm still thinking shifting, So follow me. So the guy's telling me to get on it. I'm like, no, man, I can't do this shit, man. I'm scared. I wouldn't get on this with the Ferrari. So then I go in with the Porsche. I go with the McLaren. I go, hey, I got the cojones back. I'm flying. I was like number 2 for the whole weekend of the guys that went out. It was like 100 guys went out. I was number 2. Got a little plaque, and I go, now I need to go out and race now.
Yeah.
I go, maybe drag racing might not be the excitement I'm looking for. Maybe it might just be going racing in circles now. Crazy tracks.
You know what, Joe? I mean, my love will always be drag racing. But one thing for sure, I have a serious love for road racing. And, because we've raced from the Toyota Atlantics
right
to the Trans Am series. I mean, people might not know this about me, but here's everything about the history, especially with the Cusamanos.
Well, I got to get Bobby in there too.
Yeah, I mean, he was the mastermind of all the engines,
right,
all the development, airflow. I mean, he was 18 years old when he came out with the D-Port.
Nice.
And as he say, he had to go to litigation with all the,
the big dogs,
with the big dogs, and he ended up having a patent on the D-Port plate in 1981, I believe. But the road racing is something
awesome.
I mean, that's a man's race or a woman's race, depending.
Right.
I mean, we've had some great drivers, and then we've had some not so good drivers that think they have a big ego, especially in America here. And and my dad's favorite thing always used to say, it doesn't take balls to drive a race car.
You have to drive smooth.
Oh,
so you already learned this. I already learned this from them guys screaming at me. I could see Don Bobby up there in Italy driving his little Porsche through the Alps out there, flying at 150. That's kilometers, not. That's still pretty fast, right?
Well, okay. Here's
go ahead. I got to let Pops get a word in.
Okay.
I got to get. Come on, he's on the phone waiting. He's like dying at the bit. Tell me something. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bobby.
I'm not saying nothing. Everything's good on my end. Scott does a great job. I'm on the backside. Just think. You name me Don Bobby, and I think everybody around the world knows me by Don Bobby. It's the damnedest thing, and I'm with it. It doesn't bother me.
Don Bobby.
Wait till you see me with the chair and my new ring.
That's what I told him. He needs to put a big chair.
Yeah, he's taking your advice. We're getting him a double wide chair.
Exactly, with the big tall and the hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
The ring.
And the ring, kiss the ring type thing. And I mean, ever since you
we planted
you started all this. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, we started with the Wildo. Then it was Consigliere.
Yep.
What do we call you? We gave you your nickname.
Scotty
Underboss, the Underboss.
Scotty C.
Scotty C, the Underboss.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
But nobody could forget Don Bobby.
Oh no.
I love it. I love
my
it.
brother Joe, the first person who's going to kiss my ring is you.
Oh. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Don Bobby, if there's ever something I could do for you or your family, I will be there for you, Don Bobby.
Absolutely.
I will ask for you for one favor. When I call upon that favor, I expect you to do this thing for me. First thing or the second thing, forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys have got great news with the NTEC thing. I was wondering when you guys were going to be out and about, because I know the car when I talked to Don Bobby last was like the car is kind of in the background. We're going to get this thing launched, and you were saying that as well. So how much work are you got going on over there, Don Bobby? Now that Scotty's running around in Vegas, how much you got going here on this side of the world? Or are you in Vegas too?
No, I'm back over here now, but I'm going to be going back. I still have a lot of work to do.
Right.
We still getting the computer in there and getting all that stuff in, and in the meantime, getting the place, showing the electrician where I want all the electricity at and all that. Getting the dyno and getting all those things you got to get together. It's all there.
Right.
We just got to get it where it's all hooked up, and it's. Been worrying about my little sweetie here. We got to make sure that Lisa is in. I used to tell her that you're gonna have to get in shape, babe. That was an understatement.
Yeah, now look at you. Now you wish you didn't say that. She's like in every time I see her, it's like, okay, it's the pose now. I'm going to the gun show. Yeah. It's like, dude, don't get her started anymore. Don't tell her anything else. She'll go to the excessive on that one. We're going to grill her one.
Sicilian like
get
me.
Her on.
She's Sicilian like me. And we're hard hit.
Well, there you go. Yeah, tell her she needs to get in shape again. Try that one.
I ain't going there.
Oh, no.
I think I got the purpose. Yeah, well, I think she's going to be the person that takes care of all the light work for you guys when you guys got a problem. Somebody out there in the Midwest didn't pay their bill on our NTEC. I think you need to go pay him a visit, Lisa.
She would.
There's no quiet. It's all quiet on that end. It just finally got to him. It's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Lisa, now maybe she's moving up to underboss and we're not knowing it. She's doing all the dirty work. Now she's buffing up, And Gary's like a soldier out there. Go take care of this light thing for us. Take care of number one.
Both those kids I love to death. That you couldn't ask for anything better. When I wanted to put Lisa in the car, it was all for marketing, and now it's her car. we're going to have to build another car for Scott to drive. So that would be a lot of fun too. Have a him and a her.
I'm sure he's going to want another Nitro Mafia in some new current body, so he can go run the big dogs at the Nitro. What is it? The Funny Car Chaoses. I'm sure.
You know what? When we build the second car, I'm not going to put a late style body. It's still going to be the Arrow.
Right.
I'm not. I'm not into all that. I mean, a lot of these, some of these nostalgic guys have, bought the Toyota bodies or the Dodge bodies.
They're all the same. They're all the same body.
Yeah, they're cookie cutters. So, our whole thing is, if you're going to go out there, we're all about nostalgia. Right. Okay. If you're going to go run the big show, then you go run the big show, Right. And that was the whole thing with the Top Fuel car. We put that on hold, for the last year, and we'll get it ready for next year. And, but that's going to be, that's going to all be, from Scott Gaddy. Right. He's going to be the guy. So, when people ask me, what are you doing with your Top Fuel car? Well, when it gets over to Scott Gaddy, you don't blow up my phone. Okay. Because that's not my thing. I mean, Scott Gaddy is going to, he's the one that we entrusted. We were interested in, doing Team Intech with the big show with the, all the nitros, alcohol oils, so, I mean, he has a big clientele, too, and he could tune a car. And not only that, he's a hell of a nice guy. And that means a lot to me. Right. You could tell me how good you are and this and that. If you're one of those guys that just, wants to just get crazy and, tell me how good you are and it's all about you, then I don't need you. Okay. When we go run the, run the car or any of the cars, we go out there to have a good time, period. And you've seen that, right. that's just who we are. Okay. We're not into all the drama. I care less about the drama, from the NHRA or drag racing in general, whether it's the nitro guys or the gasser guys, right. There's always something going on. So I'm a type of person I'm over it. Let us supply you, the best oil out there, Team Intech oil, and we're all good, so when we run Funny Car Chaos, you'll know Nitro Mafia is there because we're going to have a big crowd around it, right? Like usual. So my whole thing is teach Lisa to do an 8th mile burnout, back up and do a dry hop. Exactly. And like I told her, you're here to win, but I don't want to be all of a sudden a dominant car out there because those are my customers.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's not about all that. Some of the racers out there on the Chaos series have talked about, expanding, from the 7 race series to 10 or 12 right races. And that's something that, I'll be talking in depth in the next few months with Chris Graves. And I mean, hats off to him, what he's done. Right. I mean, because we actually want to put on a race, in our backyard.
That's what I've been asking him for.
Yeah, in Bakersfield.
Or I don't think Irwindale would be the track to do it. Oh
no, they wouldn't allow that. But at Bakersfield, and I've talked to Blake before that I'm really interested in doing something like that. Have a Intech oil. Nitro Mafia, race, but one thing that, since, I come from, Southern California, right. What type of food we're going to put in there, right?
Yeah. American burgers. Forget about it.
Yeah.
You guys want the pepper sandwich and you guys want some raviolis to go on top of it. We're going to make a ravioli type of special.
Oh yeah.
A lasagna sandwich. Forget about it.
There you go.
You got it, brother. What's really kind of funny, if you go out to one of these other race organizations and run, and you go to the nostalgia race, there's more people there than at the other races. And right. Then the diehard guys, they go to the big car races. So half of our people that we're trying to go after are there too. So that's kind of funny. So we might as well hit them right at the bottom side on the nostalgia side. I'd love this nostalgia stuff, and I think
the nostalgia. Go ahead.
You know, I think it's the only way to fly. Right. When Gaddy runs our other car, yeah, we'll be there, and I want to know how to run it. But it's not. If I don't run it, I don't care. I got more cars than I need right now. You know, and it's fun to see Scotty and Lisa and Gary work together, especially when Scotty and Gary go out and they tune the Pro Stock bike stuff. And I'm sure we're going to get into other things, the Pro Mod cars and stuff. I don't want to do anymore. I'm 70 years old, brother. I would like to
chair and dictate. This is what we're doing today, kids.
Is that what he said?
Right. What?
Well, I told Scotty, I says, give me 1 week, a month off, and I'd be happy.
Well,
so you know what he said? Scotty's only going to give me 2 days off. That's it.
Yeah.
But you need to talk to Lisa.
Yeah, we will. I figured we got you on for a few. Might as well get a couple of comments in. You know, I haven't talked to you in forever. It seems like it's been, I think, 6 months, year. I know we talked before that, but it seems like forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while since we all been on the same show together. So it's nice to hear you guys on and have you guys as our guest tonight.
Well, you know, it's been fun to watch Scott take over a lot of stuff, and he grew up real big, real quick. And I think that's really great to me. Look at you. You grew up real big, too.
Well, God bless. You know, I grew up big this way, you know, wide. But forget about it. I'll tell my girl to put in another bowl of pasta for us. Hey, we're having fourths now. Or as I said,
we'll have to do that. No fooling. We need to do that.
Well, if we go to Vegas, have you guys? I know you guys are regular Goombas. Have you guys gone over to Capo's to have dinner?
No.
All right.
No.
Next, when you guys are in Vegas, go look up Capo's Speakeasy. You'll love this place. You go into the front door, right, and it has a little opening, right, and you ring the bell to get in, and the side door opens, and the guy goes, "What do you want?" And then he lets you in through another side door. So you come into this place. It's like a speakeasy, like the old school. They're playing mobster movies all night long on the thing. The food's awesome. They got some guy that's always singing Italian songs there. I'm going, this is the place, man. Go to Capo's when you're in Vegas. If I come to Vegas, we all go to – actually, I'm going to be in Vegas, I think the first week of October. So we could come by the shop, maybe take a tour of it. I'll bring the girls because that's all we got now. Is me, my girl, and her girls are going for their birthday, and
absolutely,
we'll take a tour of the shop, go steal stuff, because that's what we do when we're Italian. Forget about it. Everything's free.
Have at it.
I'll take a couple of cases and well, maybe we can do that when we get together up there.
I'll bring Sandra, and Scotty can bring her girl his girl. And we can all do that.
Oh.
Sounds good to me.
All right. We'll go out to Capo's for dinner, though.
Sounds good.
We'll go to Capo's for sure.
Oh, come on. You gotta get on Lisa. She's going to crack me up, and I want to hear what she has to say.
All right. Well, as soon as you're clear, I'll call her. I'll give her a text, and we'll get her on. But thanks for calling in tonight, Don Bobby.
Oh, my pleasure. Everybody on this
one
show
line
is
at
good.
a time. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. We always appreciate you guys. So I'm going to text her now, tell her to give her a minute and call on in. And that way we can hear what she's got to say now.
Okay. Well, be careful what she's going to say. You never know what's coming out of her.
Well, we can't give her the 2-second bleep thing. All right, brother. Great to hear from you. You stay healthy and much success on the NTech thing to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Talk to you later.
All right, Don Bobby. We'll talk to you soon. We're going to Capo's in Vegas. Right on.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I'm gonna tell my girl when we're finished. We'll make a plan now to get together, go have dinner one night.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be a good time.
It'd be fun. I don't think there's anything racing the first week of October. I'm not sure yet, but I'll find out. Don't want to miss anything.
Joe, I got everything working over here. Lisa just gave me a 2 minutes. She needs 2 minutes.
Okay, so we'll just chit chat. You know what? We'll run the John Hale. We'll do on the fly with John Hale right now, and then after that, we'll get Lisa on.
All right, here it is.
Thanks for watching, you guys. Just real quick. Oh, he's already running.
Oh, man.
All right, no biggie.
This is on the fly with John Hale. Wow. 150 wins for Big John Force. Incredible. Got to think about it. 253 career finals, 16-time champion. Guy's been racing since the late 70s. He and Austin Cole dominated the 90s and early 2000s, winning most of their championships. And talk about a kid that survived polio with therapy and the help from his mother, played football, had his own TV show, A&E's Driving Force, father to 3 great drag racers themselves. What more can he do? It's incredible. I think we're really lucky and blessed to love a sport that has a guy like this that's definitely changed the face of drag racing and made it what it is now. As far as the F-bombs go, you know, kids hear worse than that, playing video games with their big brothers and stuff. That doesn't bother me. Just my hat's off to them. It's great to see that happen. And I know that Caps is glad to see it over with too, to where they can get back to racing. And anyway, just outstanding achievement. Congratulations, Sean Force. Hope everybody's healthy and happy. This is On the Fly with John Hale.
Thanks, Johnny. How awesome. Mr. Force. So incredible. I don't think that's going to ever be touched, that number. And I was going to say something, but I can't remember what I was going to say. We were jumping in to get Lisa ready to come on board, and I was going to say nothing because I went blank. Sorry, Chris. It's that kind of night. But I was going to tell everybody who's doing comments. Unfortunately, I can't see the comments, and it's kind of rough for me to do this all night since I'm blind. But, you know, hey, Gulf oil, you know, Gulf gasoline. Here you go. Anyway. I can't see your comments, so just keep them rolling, you guys. I hope you got. If there's any specific questions that you guys want to, I will have the lines up and running after Lisa is chit chatting, so everybody can ask some questions to Scott and see what's happening. And want to ask what's up with the Mafia Racing or NTech Oil, so where to get your supply at. And I believe that's Lisa now.
And you're live with Joe Walla.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Hey. What's up?
Can you guys hear me? Oh, same old.
Can you hear us?
Stopped at a truck stop.
You're supposed to be sick. You're supposed to be here now. Now I'm going to really be bummed now.
I
Scott,
know.
she lied to both of us. She's at a truck stop.
You know what?
At a truck stop.
I'm getting ready for racing. You know, you got to stop at the truck stop to make sure all the lot lizards are still in place, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's all about the lot lizards. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go right into that conversation.
Causing problems?
No, we were waiting for you to cause problems, but, you know, we had a conversation with Don Bobby talking about, you know, things, what kind of business that your guys are going to be doing. He told us that you're going to do collecting now for everybody that gives them bad checks at NTech. So that's why you got the weight going on.
I'll be in the collections division. Thank you.
Right on. NTech Oil. Pay your bills or else Lisa. That's right.
I'm going to break your leg.
Well, the way you're looking, I'm sure you'll break a few legs with one or two of them. I go, I see.
I might start with a finger. I might be nice. I'll start with a fingernail, okay? I might stomp on somebody's toe.
All right. Fingernails hurt too, I cry like a little girl every time I cut one. Get a little blister on the hand now. When I play guitar, I'm crying. Just like that song.
Oh my! Seriously? When did you lose that?
Find Lisa in that picture. There's a picture. I got you. I got all your pictures floating through. Your bodybuilding pictures, and are you able to see the show tonight? Yeah, there you go. She can see you.
Oh no, there she is.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You post them, I post them. That's how it goes. People are always pissed off because they're like, dude, where you find these pictures? On your Facebook, man. You post it on it.
Yeah, they're on Facebook.
Exactly. If it's on Facebook, it's on the world now. So
yeah, everybody sees that.
All right, now that these guys got you, they told you to get in shape to go racing. What are you doing with all this bodybuilding stuff now? I mean, what's your records? What have you done? What's going on? I see all the Wallies. So sorry, Scott, don't look. Don't look, Scott. We're gonna start with.
Don't look.
Rub it in.
So, yeah, but he's the boss.
They'll come to the Vegas. They'll come on a trip to the Vegas shop with me.
Oh, great! You hear that? It's going to be in her office. This is how it's going. So what's going on now with all the bodybuilding stuff? What are you doing with that? Let's start with that one because it's just an incredible that you metamorphosed into this body now.
Right? Yeah. You know what? Like when I first did the interview, it was more like kind of, hey, we're going to be in the race car. You need to basically be in shape and be strong for a car like a funny car, any kind of car in general. I'm sorry, but I said, okay, I'm going to do this. So we were getting in shape, and then lo and behold, I see my coach. She has a lot of trophies, right? And this word on there said champion, and I was like, well, MF me, because that word just triggers something. So I told my coach, I said, I want one of those. I don't have one yet, but I started working out harder, more serious, and just killing it. Like you see me not only in my regular gym, I'm at a 24-hour fitness. I work out until, especially when I'm on prep, I'm like almost in that race mode that you go into when you're going to pull right up to the box and you just shut the world out and it's just you staring straight down the track. That's what it's like when I work out. So now I'm on a mission to try and take first place.
Nice. You said to that girl, bitch, I'm going to have a body and you won't. You watch out. Lisa Kay is on the,
you should see me, I swear. I'm like one of those meatheads, Joe. Oh my God. I'm like, I swear. I walk around like, okay, my coach always taught, like all of us, when people are hating, you're doing something right. So I was like, no, you don't think about that. Oh my God, the death stares I get from dudes that are so mad. I'm like, look, I'm in a different world. I'm on prep, so I'm going to look I'm a lot leaner. So I'm going to look really muscular and I'll look really jacked, and I'm not. But I take it as a compliment because I come from a male-dominated industry that when they're like side-eyeing you, oh, you should see me. It's almost like flaring the chutes, like poof, and I'm like, I'm bigger than you. So I'm like, this is like racing to me. So it's almost fun. I play with the dudes' heads in the gym because they get so mad seeing a girl that has muscles. Like it's an offense. Like, oh my God.
Well, thank God we're not I'm on the screen. I was doing this. A little flabitude here. I don't know. I was going to do that to Scott, but I don't want to get punched. I got girly arms going on here. I'm the little girly man. Come pump it up.
Come on, girly man.
Whatever.
Yes, come on, girly man.
What am I going to do?
Yeah, that's a bodybuilding thing.
Like I play guitar now. I don't have to be buffed out. I look like somebody else. I'm just like, dude. The guitars won't fit in my hands because I'll be so pumped up.
You break the neck of the guitar.
Yeah, great. It's not, Scott, you see how many are in here. In this room alone, there's probably 20-something. I didn't count them, but.
Yep. Whole shitload.
Yeah, he said it. And there's still, I was going to give him the tour, but I got home and they stole my Lincoln. They took my Lincoln out of my parking space today because I didn't move it in time. So now I got to pay up the butt on that. So I probably should have worked out. I could probably go punch. Yeah, they pulled them out of here. I go, well, I told my girl before I got home, I'm going to go buy some for sale signs on that Lincoln today. I'm going to dump it. We need to get a house. That's what we're going to do. I can't do this. Hey, it's a beautiful car.
Whack. That sucks. Yeah.
But, let's get back to being pumped up because we were having too much fun with that one. So you're winning. Are you winning any trophies yet? Wally's, I should say.
Second place on my first show, so that was good. Second place is always top 5 is always a good sheet to have. So I took top. Right. I took second place on my very first show. This last show, didn't do so well. I mean, I was in the middle of the pack, but it wasn't top 5. So now you just got to come in harder than you were the first time.
Well, that's cool.
Fun.
I'm glad that
you challenge yourself.
Right, and you focus to get the body in shape, so now you're ready to go drag racing. And Scotty says it's happening for you guys.
I can guarantee if something goes wrong with me in that car, you're going to see the body being lifted off, and you're going to be like, holy fuck, that's Kuba over there just pulling the body off herself. Anything. It's going to be me. It'll be my, I've gone to the gym that day.
Well, Scott's in for a wild ride now. Great. Have you been doing any racing at all this year? Or are you just working out? Have you? Gotcha.
Yeah, just working out. Just because I have 2 competitions. I already did one, so then I'll have one in December. Then we'll start licensing. What, Scott, is licensing end of the year, beginning of the season?
Right.
Yeah.
So
you'll be ready to rumble.
What we'll do is we'll do a competition in the beginning of the season, and then have the rest of the year to go racing.
Sweet. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
See what happens with that one.
Yeah. So the plan is that she'll run the March meet if we get her licensed in time for the March meet.
Right.
And if not, I might hop in there, but probably not. We're gonna focus. Next year, it's all about Lisa. So then from there, we're gonna jump on to Funny Car Chaos.
Nice.
So there'll be a lot of traveling. So looking forward to that. And then, like I was stating earlier, we want to put on some more races, and I'm really looking forward her in the car. So because I don't have to hear it.
Well, there you go. It's about time, right?
I know Papa's going crazy. He's like itching to just get the damn car on the track. He's like, I've been tinkering with the car. So we know.
I see that big sign there, the NTEC. So I got it. You got to get that thing going, and that way it'll bring the bigger opportunities down the road. So that's going to be awesome for you guys to see this whole deal explode. And
absolutely.
Yeah, great opportunity for us.
Yeah, once it gets going for her is at the tracks, that's what we want to do is have multi-trailers there. So for hospitality, so when we're working on the car and she's doing her thing with the media and get her on the radio and do what we have to do, and we got to make sure that you're there too.
Yeah, well, we could bring the band out.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And hospitality is going to be serving 3 ounces of turkey, 3 ounces of beef, some asparagus.
Say what?
Oh, great.
Oh, no.
I thought,
going to be serving healthy food.
Oh, that's great. That's not what I heard from Don Bobby. So
no.
I know you're the consigliere, but, the override, it goes from Underboros up to the top. You're going to have to pay a little bit to these guys to get that 3 ounces of asparagus and protein and a green diet shake or whatever the hell it is.
Look what happens is like running 80. It was like we were just running me on 87, and I'm over here dying. I ate McDonald's. Scotty's calling. He's like, okay, we need to figure this out. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's like running 87 in a nitro car. My shit just blew the rods out the side. Everywhere. Oh, my, it was a mess.
Not good.
Yeah, I know. That's why hospitality will be. we're gonna have some healthy food for me.
Well,
like I said, we'll have her own little refrigerator.
Just a small one.
Yeah,
though.
because
it's only 3 ounces.
Yeah,
only 3 ounces. One shell, the rest is water.
7 times a day.
We'll be eating pasta.
Exactly.
Yeah, some lasagna.
We already talked about it.
Yeah.
We got sausage and pepper sandwiches. We got
absolutely.
lasagna with the sausage. We got to make a special fat boy plate. We already got it going on.
Oh my God, I can see I'm lining myself up. I can see that.
Come on, cannolis and tiramisu. That's gonna be it. You know what's funny is here's a good one. I had a buddy of mine that used to in the adult business that had an Italian ice cart. Right, it was an Italian ice truck. It was painted with all the mobsters on it. So it was like
my goodness.
I can't remember what the name of it is, but it had the all mafia stuff on the side. That would be the thing to drive into. If that guy was, I know he sold that, but whoever owns that truck, it had Carlo Gambino, whatever flavors. I mean, all the flavors were made by mobsters.
Awesome.
And it was I can't remember the name. It was Italian Ice or whatever, something. It was written like The Godfather. So that would be a cool thing to have at the truck.
Oh, that'd be awesome, yeah.
I'm just spending
That'd
your
be
money,
something
Scott.
fun.
I don't care.
Everybody spends my money.
Well, I haven't got into it, so I might as well just start. You
hey,
could just put me on the payroll now.
You know what it's all about that I'm learning?
It's the family.
No. I learn this every Tuesday for my meetings, board meetings.
Marketing
budget.
Marketing
budget.
Yeah.
Keyword.
Because I ask these questions all the time. Well, what can I spend? It's your company. That doesn't mean much. So I'll spend everything, So I'm just like, I want to know how much we're going to spend. Okay. Is it $1? Is it $1 million? Is it $10 million? What is it?
You just supply the checks, Mr. Cusimano, and we'll take care of you.
You're going to have one of those signed checks?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We'll just get a rubber stamp.
Yeah, rubber stamp. There you go.
Rubber stamp.
Yeah.
We'll just have an X on it, right?
Hey, if we're all making money, we're all having fun. That's all the name of the game. That's one of the things I was telling you. Team Intech and then Lisa driving the car and having fun, and she could whoop on everybody, and we'll go from there. And at the end of the day,
like the most fun I've had my whole life.
Oh yeah,
the pressure's gone. Like I said, the pressure's gone. When everyone's like, "Oh my God,"
we'll just have an X on it, right?
Let me tell you,
if we're all making money, we're all having fun. That's all the name of the game.
You're like, man, this is like golf. I just want to make friends. I want to go to the barbecues, and I want to have fun. I'm gonna take it serious. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna freaking let anybody go on me. But it's gonna be. I want more fun. It's more family from when we went and debuted the car.
Right.
It seemed a lot more family, and that's and it was very similar to when I first started the Sport Compact stuff before it went professional. Very family oriented. We'd all have barbecues, and we all would have fun and go in and out of each other's trailers. And Gary and I were like, this is like Sport Compact. So immediately we felt like home. We said, these are going to be our friends. All these people up here are going to be our friends. They're going to be our competitors, but death on the lights. But it's going to be like family. So we felt at home. It was almost like a starting over again from our 20s to our 40s in a new world. And I said, this is it. I don't want to leave this. This is fun. New people, everything, new faces, fun.
Right. Well, that's what I got out of all the nostalgia stuff when I discovered it in 2010 when Dan Horan thing happened, and it's never left. I mean, I always liked the tracks at the big show, but the velvet rope keeps everybody away from everybody, even though the guys will come out and they'll chat with you, but it still feels like, all right, I can't sit down and really have a conversation. Can I have your autograph, Mr. Cusimano? Thank you. How about you? You want my autograph? And then that's it. You don't get anything, Hey, Miss Kubo.
It's almost like robots.
No, I got to I got to go right now. I got to go talk to NHRA.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's like robots and scripted, so it kind of sucks. It takes the fun away from everything, You can't just here in nostalgia. It's like you could shoot the shit and be a real person, Whereas, like, in the professional, oh, no, you have to act like this and you have to be like this. You can't hang out with those people because they don't have the kind of race car you do. Get the fuck out of here. Who does that? Come on.
Hey, she's Italian.
I'm speaking from
no
truth.
about it.
Yes,
well,
it's the truth, though. That's why. This is great.
Well, that's what I like about nostalgia things. And, you know, there's still some cool stuff that the guys in the big pro show, they do some cool stuff. You know, I hung out with Ron Capps a few times, and it was cool talking to him and Rip, who works with Tommy Johnson, one of the co-crew chiefs there. But I asked Jack Beckman one time when I saw him in Sonoma, we were talking. I go, hey, man, love to have you. Oh, you're the rock star guy from Bakersfield. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to have you on my show. He goes, well, you got to talk to my people. And I'm like, yeah, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Ain't going to happen. If you can't tell me, then I don't think it's, you know, I know that they're under contract, though. That's the problem. They can't talk. You know, I got to be, well, what's the views? What am I getting? What's the promotional? I mean, in all honesty, the last few shows this last two months have been over 30,000 in views. And the best show, what was last week, Chris? About 74,000?
We did 78,000.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was off by 4,000. But that was almost the best show we've ever had, and that was we had 84,000, I think, when we started in the summertime again last year, and you know, it just keeps growing. So I keep trying to find everybody who's got a new aspect about what they do in racing. I've had the pros on, I've had some legends, and I've been really trying to keep the history alive on our show and getting more of the guys who paved the way for us, which is important.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, saving the history is like kids don't know.
No,
you know,
they don't know at all.
No. Ask anybody about sport compact racing. Like any of the guys that grew up in art, they're going to be like, I don't know, you know. So this person, and it's like new era people. They're like, this person was the first to do this. You better go change your diapers before I damn knock your teeth down your throat. I don't know, you know. It's like, well, people just don't know.
Right, but what you were doing is probably appealed to a lot of the younger guys, and guys like me. I wasn't really paying attention to sport compact racing. I was like, I'm a nitro head, and I want to see funny cars, and that was my thing. And but now we were talking about the guys who do the street outlaw stuff. I mean, that's just as crazy now, and it's huge. It's bigger than ever, and that's why I think Funny Car Chaos is blowing up, because they're doing something completely different, and they're offering the guys a good chunk of money to race.
Well, not only that, it's affordable.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go out to a big show race. I mean, what are you going to spend? $60, $70
for what? Just getting in the gate?
Yeah, just getting in the gate.
Plus parking in Pomona.
It's a $200 a weekend.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, it's just it's out of sight, out of mind. So that's why we're going to be getting into the Funny Car Chaos and rolling out this Team NTEC. I mean, it's extremely important for me, for Team NTEC, and also extremely important to have Lisa Kubo in the car, and the marketing and everything that we're gonna do for everybody that's out there. It's just not for the racers; it's for the crowd, and you know. I mean, she's going to have a big crowd as it is, but it's, you know, it's nice to be at a place where you actually get to talk to somebody, you know. Hey, hey, how you doing? Instead of being, you know, they're stuck up or whatever, and you know, your favorite NHRA racer, and you can't talk to them. They're too busy because, you know, they got their marketing guy with them or this and that, and they're running around. And even though, I mean, it's nice to be there, you know, have a pit pass and everything else, but if you can't enjoy it, I mean, where's the sport going to go? So, I mean, I can't be too harsh on it because that's, you know, other part of the business that we're doing. But, you know, one thing about us, you know, and especially with Lisa, this is all family, and especially with you, it's all family.
Right.
Okay. We know where we're going. I know I got the perfect person to drive the car. Okay. Right.
Lord,
and you know what?
Who's that?
And you know,
Joe Walla. He didn't tell you that. The car number 2, it'll be in all black. It says X on the side of it, and it'll say Joe Walla in big letters.
Well, somehow I picture that freaking. I picture that car from Animal House. Remember at the end, it's like a tank.
Does it eat me? Yeah, that'd be me. Why not? That could be my Lincoln. We'll put a top fuel motor in that thing. I'll pull that thing and gut it. I'll send it over to Scott now because I got no place to keep it here at the house. Obviously, they're going to keep towing it for $500.
Bring it on down.
Yeah, put a top fuel motor in it. What world's fastest Lincoln?
Yeah,
we'll chop the top off.
There you go.
I'll drive it to Vegas. I don't care.
Yeah, that would be wild. I don't know if my girl would like that because she knows I drive like a maniac now. I'll be doing more when I get on the streets after driving a race car. She goes, after you did this thing in Fontana, I did that exotic car racing. She goes, I always notice when you do this, you drive like a psychopath for 2 or 3 months. I go, really? I'm up on everybody. Get out of the way.
Yeah, that's me. Oh my God, I'm bad.
You gotta go.
I don't ride people. I don't ride up on people.
No, she'll vouch for it. If she's on, she'll be saying yes because I can't see the notes tonight, and that drives me nuts because everybody interacts, so I can't get to see what everybody's seeing until the end of the night. I'm not going to be rude to guys because I do this all night long, and it's like, oh, great. He's looking at his phone, not talking to his guest. Hey, it's my show. It doesn't matter. Hey, forget about it. Hey, did you guys say something?
Right?
Hang on a minute. I got to go turn over the steaks. I'll be right back. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm glad that you guys are going to get so much going on. It's good to hear from you guys, both of you, and Don Bobby, too.
Yeah, the Don.
The Don.
Vegas is going to have a whole lot to handle with all of us here all at one time. Oh, Lordy.
Well, with all the stuff you guys got going on, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of characters going involved into this play of things to make this a successful business. And, I wish everybody well with this thing because I already can kind of see it's going to just blow up as well, too, once you get some advertising going. And like you said, marketing, you got to blow up everything. That's the thing, and blow it up big time. Because
oh, yeah, that's like I said.
And it's always the key, number one.
Yep.
Sorry, Scotty.
Every Tuesday is I go to, projects and board meetings and every Tuesday, and it's I spend a good hour and a half every Tuesday, and I mean some people don't understand that because what we're doing now and what we're trying to bring the company probably within 15-20 years to a probably near $100 million company. So that's the focus that they have me going on.
Right.
I mean, here I'm getting ready to fill 20,000 bottles, and I go, oh man, that's a lot.
It's nothing when you think about it.
And in the meeting they go, well, no, we're talking about 1 million bottles. Oh, well, excuse me. So I'm learning as I'm going on, doing the big corporate stuff, but it's just nice to know the backing that I have and the support I have to go forward. And that's why I want to really roll out this team Intech with all the racers out there and say, hey, I could do this for you. You're getting a superior product, and you're paying, sometimes a third of the price,
right?
Because we're rolling this thing out to blow it up,
right?
And it's for the racers. I mean, do we make any money from the racers? Not really. Okay. But that's not what we're doing, because the big business is everything around it.
Right.
So
if they're using it in their cars and the cars are performing the way they should.
In the oil business, I mean, you're dealing with pennies on the dollar. So
true.
So
it's like anything else. You have to put it out there.
I mean,
so people
if you have 10 million pennies, it adds up. So it's just like selling gasoline. At your local gas station, you have to sell the volume.
Right.
But you have to have a good nucleus of the good people around me. And that's, I got the Kubo, Gary and Lisa, and she's a sweetheart, and she's my sister, and, good people like yourself, and so that's one of the things that, we could expand on. And I can't be totally focused onto the drag racing stuff.
Right.
Because, the road racing, the monster truck, and I mean, the monster trucks are just awesome, the Monster Jam. I mean,
right.
Obsessed Racing, and there's a few other ones that we do out there. And I mean, you go to Monster Jam, I mean, that place is filled.
Right.
I mean, filled, and I mean, that's what NHRA drag racing. You have all the old school stuff from back in the day, from like, Lions or Irwindale, and you see the stands full.
Right.
Okay. You don't see that.
Yeah.
Today, because it's too expensive.
No, and even at Bakersfield is interesting because March meet Saturday is the biggest day,
right?
Period, hands down. But you're going into eliminations the next day, which would be just as exciting for me to see it. But the one side of the stands where everybody's usually on the camper side, it's usually empty.
Yeah.
By 3 o'clock, it's going into the finals. There's maybe 50 people in the whole stands, and I'm like, wow.
Right.
But I mean, from a track standpoint, yeah, they probably make enough money on Saturday to kill everything. It's Friday and Saturday because you get to see 30 funny cars running. You get to see 20 top fuel dragsters going down the track. And that's what I like about going to Pomona for Saturday and seeing, or any of the events. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how these the fans are not packing up as much as they do, like they used to. Like you said, it used to be like wall to wall.
See, this is one thing I noticed with the Funny Car Chaos. Okay, it's a Friday and Saturday show, right? Okay, I rolled in there on Thursday, just kind of just checking everything out, from a marketing standpoint, and then Friday came around, and I was like, man, this is impressive. Okay, Saturday came around, I was like, well, this is really impressive, and it just reminded me of just the cars just lined up all the way down the track on both sides, right? And I mean, there was 6-8 deep.
Nice.
And plus all the people on the stands, on the fence, just like you would see at Bakersfield. But you're just going, wow. And it doesn't break the piggy bank to get in.
Right.
And the people that go, they're just nice people. They're just nice in general. And you could go there, and I'm just like, man, this is something that we need to be there. And I've been telling my dad for a few years about this, and I've talked to Lisa and Gary about this. Funny Car Chaos is where it's at. And I mean, it's run what you brung, but that's great because it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going 8th mile, you're having fun, and then if you expand it to all those 10.5 tires like the Street Outlaw type guys, I mean, you just fill that place up. And not only that, your t-shirt sales is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, t-shirts are going to pay more than you think at the end.
So what Intech's going to do, we're going to shoot shirts out in the from the t-shirt launcher,
right?
And that's what we're going to do. Some people ask me, well, why are you going to do that? Because we're catering to those people. Because one thing I've always been taught: never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know who you're talking to. Okay,
right.
So it might be that person that wants to, put money into Lisa Kubo. And we already have people that, Lisa already has people that's going to be marketing for her. Okay. For the drag racing, but just being there. I mean, Lisa has such a big following, and not only that, and being a great person, but look what she has accomplished. Like I said earlier on the road racing, it doesn't take a pair of balls. Well, look what she's done.
Exactly.
And it don't. And she has, everything that needs to be a champion. She is a champion. So what, when I mean, I had people ask me, well, why would you put Lisa Kubo in? Well, first of all, why wouldn't I? And it's none of your damn business. Because it is business. Because they don't. Most of the guys that go out to the nostalgia events, they don't treat it as business. It's just a hobby,
right?
Well, like I told everybody, every time they saw the Nitro Mafia trailer rolling, it was making money.
Right.
Okay. The time it left home base to the time it got to the track. Okay. It's all about business. And then I had the purists saying, "Well, you got an 18-wheeler." Well, yeah, so it's a billboard. We're in the business.
Exactly. You have to have it.
That's just the way it goes now. So, I mean, but to go on to the nostalgia events and funny car chaos and match races in the sticks, or one of the things that we're trying to do, if we get everything, all the moons lined up, I'm actually going to get her old competitor, her old rival of hers, and they're going to race together.
Right.
And see, I knew she would laugh like that.
I'm laughing because I laughed at him every weekend on the line as he got his ass whacked.
Yep.
Wow. Just vicious. We're already starting a problem. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I have to separate you kids.
Only because it's my competitor. Only because I know him. That's why. I could do that.
Yeah. So it was a good rivalry. So it was like the snake and Perdome, right? But and it was Lisa Kubo and Nelson Hoyos.
Right.
Okay. Back in the day.
He still gives me shit on my Facebook. He'll give me shit.
So maybe after tonight's segment, people will understand where I'm going with Lisa Kubo.
Right.
Okay. Yes, we haven't been out there with Lisa yet, but I guess we could have, but between what she's doing with the bodybuilding and everything else, and me trying to
moving to Vegas,
Vegas and everything,
and abandoning you,
I know,
kicking you like to the curb. I might as well instigate this issue now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have 2 black eyes by the time I see her.
Don't worry, you'll give them to me before you leave, so that way it's a how you look good. I got sunglasses. It's okay, blacken them. I was gonna give her a little static because I see now that you're getting like your own internet show. Kubos, meet the Kubos. What's going on with that? Is that like a new
a former friend of ours? No, it was a former competitor. Well, we didn't race in the same class, but he's just going with some of the pros from back in the day, like the OGs. So he wanted to do something because he had a lot of people asking where or what we've been doing, and it's amazing. You think people with social media, everybody has social media. How many times people ask me, "So are you going back racing?" I'm like, no. Nope, I'm actually going into kayaking. And no more racing. Like, read. So they did a segment because so many people were asking. So we answered the question. Yes, there's another segment to it as well. So that was like the first half, and then they'll do another half.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And then he wants to do other stuff because we told him how Scotty and Papa want to bring out the Civic, not to race it. Not that there's no way that car would go down the track, but just to bring it out as like its own nostalgia for freak's sake. The thing's over 20 years old itself. So we would bring it out, and he wants to cover the whole car being put back together. All it needs to do is be put back together. It's strategically taken apart, just needs to be fixed and put back together. I got everything. So he wants to cover that. So, there's media all over that they want to do certain things.
It's marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
Keeps the name out there.
Yeah,
that's great. Though. I saw that. And I was like, I gotta hit you up on that one. What's going on with that one?
Yeah.
I'm not a race car driver. I'm a doctor. I administer. I wasn't going to go there.
Go there.
Nah, not tonight. Not tonight. That was the old us when we were like sitting in a studio that was like, look, we're high tech now. Nobody would believe we're sitting in a room. We're full of guitars. Hi, this is Sports Center. You're on with Scott Cusimano and Lisa Kubo. And we got Chris behind the wheel there. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joe Walla.
I've been quiet this whole time.
Good day. I would be like Paul Harvey again. Bring back Paul Harvey. Man gets hit by a train. Tears off whole left side. He's all right. Took a while. Hello, is this thing on? Hello. But I'm glad to see you guys are getting this thing going and finally got a chance to say hey to you and see what's up with you and Mr. G on the sidelines. I know he's like Silent G.
Yeah, Silent Bob over there.
Yeah, Silent G.
Yeah, there we go. Silent G. There we go.
In case you haven't noticed, I do enough talking for everybody.
You say something?
Say it again. Right here. What? You say what?
Silent G. Here's a word from Silent G. Wait a second. Thanks, G. Well, tell him we said hello, Silent G. It's like, dude, every time we get on the phone together or in the studio, it'll be something new that we come up with. We're just marketing here. We're marketing wizardry.
That's it. That's it.
Well, I'm stoked. I'm stoked that you guys are going to do this, and I'm stoked that, we're going to get you guys back on board with us to advertise, and we'll promote you guys here on Rockin' and Racing because we missed you guys for a while. It's always good. But now we got to figure out what I think NTech would probably be the main focus on what you're going to do.
Well, I mean, it is the main focus. The main focus is, getting the volumes up and once all the small packaging, we're doing small packaging right now, but once everything's going and, the packaging line is everything working and working properly, I think it's going to be a big deal for everybody. So, we're going after the big one. So, and as we're doing that, racing and, getting Lisa Kubo in there and let her do her thing. And, what Lisa does at night after she does her workout, she jumps on tables and starts dancing.
Oh my God, I know. Yeah. You know what? That's gonna be hell. Don't bring me to Vegas.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
And the whole bad point is I'm usually sober, so that means I have to remember everything.
Oh.
Well, in Vegas, you don't have to remember anything in Vegas. What happens in Vegas supposedly stays in Vegas. But it won't. It's on Facebook. We'll be recording.
Yeah, this social media nowadays.
Exactly. So nothing sacred. So if you're table dancing and pole dancing, forget about it. Your career is going to blow up even more.
Oh man!
Stripper by day and stripper by night. That's it. What kind of stripper are you? I'm drag stripping.
Yeah. Good one there.
See?
Fun times.
Perfect.
That's it.
Fun times ahead.
I'd like to see a freaking stiletto freaking funny car boot. Now that would be great.
I don't know if you'd probably be. You might get the car hung up a little bit. You might hit something the wrong way. You might have to do something different. I'm just making platforms.
Right, a wedge.
You won't have to adjust the seat much.
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
God.
You're set. You got the platforms, and we're good. And that way, I am going to go there. I was thinking about it, but I better not.
Well, you know what? Don Bobby has the magic switch on the car. We're putting on the where he controls the throttle.
Oh, great.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, somebody's mad. He just turned the car off.
And she's going to be smashing that damn thing and going, I had my foot down. I'm telling you. Yep.
Well, let me tell you something, Kubo. I turned the damn thing off because I saw flames coming out of the headers.
Should have let off.
Now go get us a sandwich, okay? None of this asparagus shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just kidding. I didn't want you to light up.
Yeah.
Well, now you know. This stuff happens when you're racing.
This is Papa. This is Don Bobby.
Yep.
Well, Don Bobby always tells me, he's like, you're gonna do fine. Don't be scared. I'm not scared, but it's like you'll be fine. He goes, at one point in your career, you're gonna light up. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna tattoo my eyebrows, John. That's what I have to do. Just tattoo the eyebrows now.
You should see what Don Bobby's gonna do now. He's once you get situated in there, is we already have plans of because we don't have the big pump on the car. He's already plumbing it for a match race deal to put out 10 feet of flame on either side of this little nostalgia car.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
and an ejector seat.
Yeah.
Punch out.
No, it's cool, especially with Lisa when you're driving at night. It's awesome because that's your flashlight. You got all the candles lit. It is a flashlight. I know you haven't driven a nitric car at night, but it's like a flashlight. It's cool. It's cool as hell until you let off the throttle and not knowing where you're going.
Well, I'm just going to give you one other perspective, Lisa. Now that I've been sitting in the chair long enough and hearing all these funny car racer story, you won't be able to guide yourself. You won't know if you're by the wall or not. So with all those flames, forget about it. Just put your foot through the floor. Who cares? Because I know I was talking to my buddy Pete, and he says he's got this big old blower hanging out of this little Vega body. I go, how the hell do you watch? He goes, I look at the lines. I look at the wall.
Yeah.
I guide the line. That's what a lot of the guys do. I'm like, okay.
That's what I do.
I just pray. I think that would be the smart thing. I hope I'm going forward. I hope I'm going.
Yeah, I just pick a point out there.
I'm in the middle here.
Off you go.
That's right.
1001.
Exactly. 5 seconds. Who knows? Well, I'm glad you're going to do this. It's going to be great to see you out behind the wheel this year. Is coming up at the end of the year, and look forward to seeing you in a winner's circle, posing.
Posing.
That's right, posing.
Yeah.
Where's the trophy? I gave it to Scott to hold. I'm posing here.
Well, if she gave it to me, I'm keeping it.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right? Team
Well,
owner
it's
keeps it.
great. Right. It's great chit-chatting with you, so I'm glad you got a few minutes to talk in. And I think what I'm going to do is open up the lines and see what Mr. Scott can sell some NTECs to some of the racers out there. And I know we got a lot of racers out there listening in tonight, and I want to see what they got to say and have them call in and chit-chat a little with Scott about NTEC coming up, because I feel like we've been on one super infomercial tonight.
I know it.
Hi, it's NTECoil.com, LisaKubo.com, JoeWallaBand.com, and ScottCuzamano.com. It's all about the .com, and Chris Seaward.com, and RockinandRacing.com. And this is brought to you by Bucky'sRacing.com, StiffPrinting.com, and SystemJoe.com, and, I keep on going, Rusty'sCoolGuitars.com, WolfBumps.com. We're going to do a whole bunch of .coms. Hey, that number to call now. But wait, there's more. That's right. Well, it's all good. Well, I'm glad you got a few minutes. I hope you feel better. And thanks for calling in tonight and chit-chatting. I know we have a little fun while we can. And hopefully you get a couple of...
always talk some shit.
Yeah, we will talk some more, and before the year's out, we'll do an NTEC retake. By the end of the year, and see what's happening with NTEC and see where we're going, because we definitely want to help you guys push through.
Absolutely.
Well, cool, Lise. Say hi to Silent G, and we'll chat with you soon. All right, and we'll chat with you soon. Thanks for calling in tonight. Much love to you. Good luck this year. You got it.
Boom.
Gun show.
You guys.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Are you done? Are you done? Fuck.
Oh, we're just posing. We're rolling up our sleeves, showing you where the gun show was.
Oh my
Between
God.
the two of us.
You know what? Water guns don't count, okay? Calm down.
It's all right. You know what they say, when you're small, it ain't the size. all I need the muscle-wise is this right here. That's for the trigger finger. That's all I need. Forget about it. I don't need to hurt anybody.
Forget about it.
Shouldn't even say it in the midst of all the shooting going on. I know. What happened to the fun?
I didn't even think about that.
I know, but I said it. We're politically incorrect on this show sometimes.
No pun intended.
No pun
intended.
All right. Well, I'll let you run.
All right,
I'm going to open the phone lines up.
All right.
All right, Lise, much love. And we'll see you soon. Good luck on your shows.
Right, thanks, guys. Oh, thanks.
All right. Bye, Lise.
You got it.
Bye,
Tune
guys.
in to Meet the Kubos. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Hey, we got to have fun. I know, it's not ending. Awesome. So, Chris, we want to run a commercial run, and then we'll open the phone line.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we'll take a few calls and get a few of the racers to call in. We definitely want you to call in and do a quick chat with Scott and how you can get your NTEC oil going for him and see what kind of deals he can work out for you. But we're going to take a few minutes.
Rockin' and Racing will return after this message from our sponsors.
Attention drag racers, listen up. World Championship racer Bucky Austin, man behind Bucky Austin Racing, to put you in the race car of your dreams. Funny car specialist and more. We do it all. Chassis work, complete engine build, body mount, full dyno work. If you want to go fast, this is the place. Bucky Austin Racing has what it takes to help you be a winner. Just look at the Austin family name, a winner throughout. Contact Bucky today and start winning. Bucky Austin Racing, 6201 South Tacoma Way, Tacoma, Washington, 253-475-5026.
Tonight's featured sponsors, Cascade Automotive Incorporated. Check them out at Enumclaw, Washington. Rusty's Cool Guitars, thank you so much for their sponsorship. And Joe Walla, the ambassador. Check them out online at rustyscoolguitars.com.
Mayor, man.
The mayor. Stith Printing for all your printing needs, embroidery, and more. Check them out at stithprinting.com. Run with the leader of the pack, Wolf Pumps at wolfpumps.com. System Joe, featured sponsor tonight.
Nice.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Give us a call, 661-249-9444. Now, back to the show with Joe Walla. Yeah. There you go. It's Scott Cusimano.
I know. I was thinking about getting us both some aluminum foil and putting it on our heads while that commercial comes on, See if we can read our mind. Hey, I know what's happening this weekend for you guys heading out in the great Northwest, Boise, Idaho. They have the Night Fire Nationals going on. They're setting up this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, go check out all your favorite funny car and top fuel guys out there. That's going to be a fun weekend there. I've never been to Boise's racetrack, and I've always wanted to go. They always say that's a place to go play rock and roll because that place knows how to party at Boise.
Yes, they do.
You been up there a few times?
I've been up there once, and it was a pretty cool deal.
That's going to be packed up just like you said at Funny Car Chaos. Those people pack that place in.
They come in from droves of people come in there, and I remember doing a match race back in the 90s there. So, back in the big show stuff.
Well, hopefully it's a great race for everybody, and the thing's going to, everybody's safe out there this weekend because I saw last year they had a few accidents and it was kind of rough. So hopefully everybody comes home in one piece and
I hope everybody's
little safe. Money in their pockets.
Yeah, safe. All in the mail.
There you go. So we got the lines open. So if you're out there and you want to talk about N-Tech Oil with Scott, give us a little bit of a phone call, and also just a little shout out to checking out for We Did It for Love out there. This is a little piece that I told Don we would run this for him one more time, and We Did It for Love is I bought into it a while back, and I really enjoyed the history of it. So for a lot of you guys looking for the history of drag racing, it would definitely be worth your while to join up there at WeDidItForLove.com. I take it from me, I'm still learning about history every day, and drag racing cars that I forgot about when the 60s and 70s. And check it out, WeDidItForLove.com. See what's happening. Anyway, guys, give us a call. We feel like Maytag Repairman. I know I had Bob Maravis on a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know he was a real Maytag Repairman. I'm like, dude, we're like here sitting crickets. Anyway, give us a buzz, 661-249-0455. Find out about N-Tech Oil for your racing car right now, or if you want to chit-chat about your car in general and put the N-Tech in. So we'll see what's happening. Don't worry about Scott right now. He's sleeping. What do you say, buddy?
What's happening?
I don't know. That's why.
Hey, Joe, did you want to talk a little bit about this, the museum?
Oh, yeah, the museum pieces with Craig Breedlove, man. That's an awesome thing. I mean, the Spirit, this thing was a monster. What did he do? I think 600 and something miles an hour with this car.
So.
I don't know the whole history on it, but it would be cool to learn from Craig himself and hear what he had to say about going at these speeds. I know that Bonneville's actually kicking off, I think, this past week or so. I think it's been running. So Bonneville, I've never been. Have you been to Bonneville?
I've never been to Bonneville.
NTech Oil presents Spirit of America. I can see it now. We're missing out on some of that. Anyway, this is at the 24th at the NHRA Museum. For more information, go to NHRA Heritage Museum or just NHRAmuseum.com and see what's happening there. Larry Fisher's going to be on the show the week before that, and we will chit-chat about that and see what's happening. Next week, I got a couple of people popping in. Ron Anderson, possibly. Trevor Larkin, he'll be in the studio again. It's been about a year since we've had him in. And last time it was just as crazy as having Lisa on. These guys were posting up pictures of me and Trevor in Speedos.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That picture we still can't live down. That's what happens when you post on Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, you guys out there, give us a call. 661-249-0455. We're seeing what's happening. If not, we got a few minutes left. I wanted to see if anybody else out there. I got a few cool things happening coming up in the next few. I'm going to run you down who's coming on board for a few weeks from now. I write them all in and I forget everybody. I got Jeff Deal and Lisa Deal coming in. I got Randy Walls. You guys might remember that green crazy Nova that he had back in the late 60s, 70s. He's going to be in talking history about that. And if you caught last week's show, Don Ewald had some pictures of Randy Wall's car on Flambe. It was a pretty interesting picture, so I want to hear from Randy how that happened. And looking forward to seeing everybody back and following us again, what's happening. I think we're at a loss for words at this point. Huh?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to call in and talk about NTech, but hey, NTech, it's NTechOil.com, correct?
Yes, NTechOil.com.
So, and NitroMafiaRacing.com. You can catch what's happening there. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. I know you're out there, but I can't see anybody typing in anything tonight because for some strange reason, we couldn't get that thing to work with it again this week for some reason. So give us a buzz. Do something. Make me feel at home. If not, I'll go out and get a haircut, I think. Maybe I should go find out where my Lincoln is.
That would be a good thing.
Well, I gave you time, and time didn't work out. Well, hey, I enjoyed chatting with you and Lisa and Don Bobby.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
We're going to run out of here then. We're going to call it an early night.
Okay, sounds good.
We're going to go get a bowl of pasta, a couple of cannolis.
There we go.
And then maybe a Peroni beer, or forget about it. We'll have some good drinks. All right, you guys. Much love. Have a great week. We'll see you next week with Jim Costa, Trevor Larkin, and Ron Anderson, and possibly Vinny D might be with them. So we'll see what's happening live in the studio. Have a great weekend. Go out to Boise. Go out and watch drag racing or any kind of racing. We're out of here. NTechOil.com. I'd like to get that hair tip with the oil. I got to get the oil.
This has been Rockin' and Racing Live with Joe Walla. Tonight's featured sponsors. Again, we want to thank Stith Printing for all your support. Please, everyone, check them out online. Go to stithprinting.com for all your printing and embroidery needs. Bucky's Racing.
Drag racers, listen up. World Championship racer Bucky Austin, man behind Bucky Austin.
I haven't heard
Put you in the race car of your dreams. Funny car specialist and more. We do it all. Chassis work, complete engine build, body mount, full dyno work. If you want to go fast, this is the place.
And I
Bucky
do.
Austin Racing has what it takes to help you be a winner. Just look at the Austin family name, a winner throughout. Contact Bucky today and start winning. Bucky Austin Racing, 6201 South Tacoma Way, Tacoma, Washington, 253-475-5026.
Nicely done.
System Joe, featured sponsor tonight. Thank you so much. Run with the leader of the pack, Wolf Pumps, at wolfpumps.com.
You'd probably be good to go and check into
Cascade Automotive Incorporated, located in Enumclaw, Washington.
I'll have to contact everybody up there and see if they'd be interested. Thanks for posting this up, Chris. Thanks, Don,
for the love. We did it for the love of racing. Yeah, for the love of it. WBIFL.com. Also, Rusty School Guitars. Check them out online. RustySchoolGuitars.com. All right, it's been live. Thank you so much. Join us next week at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here. Facebook Live and Radio Buzz, as well as YouTube.
Wow. That would be fun. You know what you got coming up before I run out? I got Pete coming back. Pete Moriello is going to be a co-host with me end of the month. He's going to have all kinds of the East Coast guys on, so it's going to be fun to chat with them. Forget about it. We're out of here.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
God bless America.